Alright, this is 12.2, frequency and histograms. Alright, so we have frequency. Frequency is just going to be the number of data values in that interval, and we're going to go ahead and create a table to show the frequency. So example number 1 says the number of home runs by the batters in a local home run derby are listed below. What is the frequency table that represents the data? And we have 7, 17, 14, 2, 7, 9, 5, 12, 3, 10, 4, 12, 7, and 15. And we're going to go ahead and just find the minimum and maximum first. So our minimum is 2, and our maximum is going to be 17. And so what we could do is we could think of what do we want our range to be. So do we want to go from every 5 numbers and that be our range, or every 4 numbers? So we're going to decide to do 4 numbers. So our minimum is 2, so we'll start from 2, and then we'll count 4, so from 2 to 5, and then the next one is 6, so from 6 to 9. Then we have 10, from 10 to 13, from 13, oops, not 13, from 14 to finally 17. Okay, so we're going to count how many numbers are between 2 and 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4. Okay, how many numbers are between 6 and 9? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then how many numbers are between 10 and 13? You have 1, 2, 3. How many numbers are between 14 and 17? 1, 2, 3. And I crossed off all the numbers, so I know that I got any. So this would be our frequency chart. You could go ahead and maybe you want to go by 2s instead of by 3s, so your frequency chart would look different. Okay, next we have a histogram. It now displays the frequency table data. So we're going to start off by making a frequency table for this data. So we have the number of hours per week a group of students spend watching TV, and we have our minimum is 0, and our maximum is 22. So perhaps we want to go by 5s. So 0 to 5, 6 to 11, 12 to 17, and then 18 to 23. So now we want to think, okay, how many numbers are between 0 to 5? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many numbers are between 6 to 11? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5. How many numbers are between 12 and 17? 1, 2, 3. How many numbers are between 18 and 23? You only have 1. Okay, so now that you've made your frequency chart, then you're going to go ahead and make kind of like a bar chart. So you're going to write 0 to 5 here, then 6 to 11, 12 to 17, and then 18 to 23. And you're going to write your frequency over here. And then now we're just going to go ahead and fill it, make a chart here. So from 0 to 5, you had 6. Okay, and then this should actually be 6. Okay, from 6 to 11, we had 5, so it would be halfway here. Okay, from 12 to 17, you had 3. And then lastly, on the last one, we only had 1. Okay, so this would be our histogram. And then this would be our frequency chart. All right, so you could have 3 types of histograms. You could have ones that are uniform, you could have some that are symmetrical, and then you could have some that are skewed. So on the left or the right. So example number 3, is each histogram uniform, symmetrical, or skewed? So that first one, it's going to be symmetrical because basically it mirrors the same right down the middle. So right down the middle, again, if you fold it, it would be symmetrical. And then the next one is going to be skewed because most of the data is on one side of the graph there, so it's on the right side there. Okay, example number 4 says the numbers of text messages sent on one day by different students are shown below. What is the cumulative frequency table that represents the data? So we're going to find the minimum and the maximum again. So the minimum is 0, and then the maximum is 49. So perhaps we want to go by tens. So 0 to 9, that's 10 digits, and then 10 to 19, that's 10 digits, from 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49. Okay, so how many do we have between 0 to 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, how many do we have from 10 to 19? 1, 2, 3. So that would be 3. How many do we have between 20 to 29? 1, 2, 3. That would be another 3. How many do we have between 30 to 39? 1, 2. So that would be 2. How many do we have between the last? We have 2. Okay, so to get the cumulative frequency, you're basically just adding the frequency up to that point. So here you only have 11. And then for the next one, it's 11 plus the next one. So 11 plus 3, that gives you 14. Okay, then you're going to do 14 plus the next one. So that's 14 plus 3, that gives you 17. Okay, then you're going to do 17 plus the next frequency. So that's going to be 19. And finally, you're going to do 19 plus the last frequency, which is 21. So this would be the cumulative frequency chart here.